Okay guys, let's get started with making a basic prototype of the drums for a jump up drum and bass track. Let's first call the first MIDI channel bass drum. The second one we will call snare. Then I'm going to delete the audio channels and create another MIDI track. Let's call it hi-hats. And then what we will do is group all of these tracks into a drum channel, drum group. I'm just gonna color code the channels because that's how I like to work. Then let's make a MIDI clip for each. And let's put on repeating or looping. Then for the bass drum I'm going to instruments and I'm going to use the impulse instrument, and basically the same for the snare and the hi-hats. Then in the impulse there's different slots where you can drag and drop samples into. So for this prototype of the drums I'm just going to set up the basic pattern for a basic drum and bass track with just any samples I can find for now, because it takes a lot of time to get good drum samples and layering drums, etc. And that's why I just start with basic samples and get the rhythm good at first. So I'm finding some basic drum samples now. This one sounds kind of decent. Okay. So I dragged it into a slot in the impulse, and the basic settings are fine for now. Actually they are pretty much fine for the final kick drum sample we will make. So let's program a basic beat for the drums, for the bass drums. And what drum and bass usually does is at the first beat, at the second beat, at the third beat and at the fourth beat, and then in between it will put the bass drum right here in between the third beat and the fourth beat, and then the same over here and the same over here and the same over here. And also let's change the tempo of the track to 175. So we got that. Then for the snare, when we program the snare, it's gonna really feel like drum and bass, or will start to feel like drum and bass. So let's first pick a sample. This one sounds kind of decent. And again, I'm gonna keep the basic settings over here in the impulse. Now let's program the snare drum, and the snare drum is really simple for drum and bass. You put it at the second beat and the fourth beat. So 2.2, 2.4, 3.2, 3.4, 4.2 and 4.4. Yeah, sorry guys, I got a cold, so I have to cough and sniff, so apologies for that. So now if we play, it will start to sound like a basic drum and bass beat. Okay, then for jump up hi-hats, let's first pick a sample. And you want a closed hi-hat. Let's go for this one for now, since it's just a prototype. And the hi-hats are really simple for a basic jump up track. You just put one on every beat. And for the hi-hats, they are probably too loud, so I'm gonna take down the volume by 12 dB. Okay, let's play this. And then what I like to do is on the drum group, we want to feel the drum samples to come from the same drum kit, and to do that you want to place some processing on the drum group, like a little bit, a tiny bit distortion could do the trick. That's what I usually do. For example, some basic overdrive from Ableton. But now the hi-hats sound really distorted, and that's not what you want for hi-hats. so I'm gonna turn it down a little. Excuse me. So it starts to sound really like a drum and bass beat already. And that's it for this tutorial video. I'll see you in the next one, where we'll probably be creating our first bass line. Alright, see you in the next video. Bye bye.